What did I just watch? Hello, my name is Elijah Wilson. Today's review is The Joker. The story is it's Arthur Fleck who becomes the Joker while set in early 1980s Gotham City, where the city is rife with a garbage strike and huge unemployment and pretty big crime rates. He gets fired as a job as a daytime clown after he accidentally snuck a gun into a children's hospital. Yep. But on his way back, he killed a free businessman working for Wayne Enterprises, and he inadvertently starts the big protest movement on killing the rich, and set in the backdrop of a mayoral election for Gotham City. And it is unthinkably bleak, brutal, violent, bloody. Well, it is directed by the guy who did the Hangover trilogy and produced by Martin Scorsese. So it's a unique type of film, I can say. Once the credits began to roll for this movie, all I heard was pin drop, jaw drop, silence. That's saying like I watched this movie with my sister, and neither of us could really make out what we could think about this movie. I thought Mary thought, although she liked the movie, she liked the more exaggerated, more theatrical take on the Joker, which somewhat one-upped Heath Ledger, but he felt the violence was way too much, even for a 15 movie, but would appreciate it if it was like an 18. But oh boy, this movie is unexpectedly violent at best. Since there's people getting blown up by piñatas from gunshots, and people getting beaten to deaths and that, and there's massive protests, massive anarchy, and the Joaquin Phoenix's and his uncomfortably intimidating performance. If I end up in the same room with him, I'll just run away as fast as I can out of the room. He's that uncomfortably intimidating. The movie encountered quite a lot of controversy around when it came out in Venice and Toronto Film Festival. Like the families of the victims of the Aurora shooting were not happy due to the level of gun violence depicted in the movie. And some mental health activists were a bit on the edge about how the movie would have antagonized mental health. Since the Joker has this condition where he laughs uncontrollably in really bad situations, like he laughs when he was told not to laugh at a kid, like I'm doing a really bad job at this. Then laughs when the three drunken Wayne Enterprises groups harassed a lady, then gets beaten up. Then the movie just takes off when he kills all three of them in some of the most Scorsese way possible. I do really like the performance of Joaquin Phoenix, particularly the costume work he does with this rougey red jacket and trousers and mustard yellow inner jacket, and the dyed green hair, and the a bit more warm and more fuzzier makeup effects of the Joker, rather than more intimate version of Heath Ledger, and a more hippie style of Jared Leto, and the typical old schoolness of Tim Burton's Jack Nicholson. The set design, particularly at Arthur's apartment, where it's all run down on a bleak collapse, and compared to something like Wayne's Manor and the big theatre where he encountered him, I feel like it kind of contrasted the theme of classism, where he said in the final scenes, like, if someone as rich as Hitler, these workers die, everyone cries. If someone me dies, no one cares. They walk past me like rats. Where the movie kind of draws a line, kind of doesn't exactly draw a line. It kind of circles around it like, well, this is classism for you. It's kind of like RoboCop, Akira, or Fight Club, where it's somehow in Fight Club, where it's somehow this big protest movement that started from one just really ordinary man who didn't necessarily have everything, but he wanted to take revenge on the upper class. And the movie also reminded me of Drive, the Ryan Gosling movie, where it's a man who works in a pretty mundane job at day, but at night he's a raging, violent person who it's best to keep as far away as possible from because he crushed someone's head in the lift. Robert De Niro's performance as the talk show host was pretty brilliant, yet pretty chilling at his final scenes. I feel like when it got more and more intimidating even with his performances. I think Todd Phillips did an unexpectedly pretty good job at him, even though I was kind of worried because he did the Hangover trilogy, Jew Jay and War Dogs, which I was like, a comedian director doing a Joker movie. I was like, how could this work? But he somehow pulled it off. It actually really did work. For anyone that's watched Drive, a brilliantly made movie that dwells into the mind of this sociopathic murderer, well, I think Ryan Gosling did it good. But Joker is a brilliantly made movie that dwells into the mind of a sociopathic murderer. The acting of Joaquin Phoenix is brilliant. The direction is great. The script feels like a character study of a sociopathic murderer, like Drive as well. This soundtrack is pretty good. And costuming and set works are somewhat excellent. And man, it offers somewhat of an unexpectedly violent, twisted, bleak, disturbing take that is going to be in your head for a while. Todd Phillips has clearly made something that you cannot, you can agree it won't let it go, and you won't turn away from for a very long time. All in all, when you thought the joke was on Joker, he found out the joke was on you. And he'll prove so in probably one of the most violent, visceral ways possible. I give it a 7 out of 10. See if it grows on me or something. But this is Elijah Wilson. Bye.